Imagine being born in ancient Japan. No electricity. No modern medicine. No freedom to choose your future. Your life is decided the moment you are born. As a daughter, you are expected to obey. As a wife, you are expected to serve. And as an old woman, you quietly disappear from history. Aiko is born in a small farming village in Japan around the year 1705. Her family lives in a wooden house with a dirt floor and paper walls. The village sits between rice fields and mountains. When Aiko is born, there is no celebration like there would be for a son. Her mother quietly wraps her in cloth. Her father simply nods. In many villages, boys were valued more because they could inherit land and continue the family name. Girls were expected to marry into another household one day. Aiko's mother begins teaching her almost immediately. How to bow. How to stay quiet. How to obey. By the age of 6, Aiko already works daily. She carries water from wells, helps plant rice, washes clothes in cold rivers, and gathers firewood from nearby forests. Education for girls in farming villages was limited. Most girls never learned advanced reading or writing. Instead, they learned survival. Aiko's mother teaches her sewing and cooking. Mistakes are corrected strictly. In ancient Japan, discipline inside homes was harsh by modern standards. Children were expected to endure hardship without complaint. During winter, the family often eats thin rice porridge because food is scarce. Sometimes Aiko goes to sleep hungry. At 13, Aiko's childhood is nearly over. Her parents begin discussing marriage. In many villages during the Edo period, marriages were often arranged based on survival and social status rather than love. Aiko has little say in the decision. She marries a farmer from another village. The wedding is simple. A shared meal. A few bows. A quiet goodbye to her parents. Then she leaves her childhood home forever. For many women in ancient Japan, marriage did not mean freedom. It meant responsibility. Every morning before sunrise, Aiko wakes up. She prepares rice, cleans the house, feeds animals, works in fields beside her husband, and cares for elderly family members. Her hands become rough from constant labor. Life expectancy is short. Illnesses spread easily. There are no hospitals nearby. Childbirth is dangerous. Many women die young from infections or complications. Aiko gives birth multiple times during her life. But not all children survive. In ancient Japan, infant mortality was tragically common. Loss becomes part of daily life. Still, work never stops, even during grief. Society expected women to follow strict behavior. A popular belief during the Edo period came from Confucian teachings. A woman should obey her father when young, her husband after marriage, and her son when old. Women in wealthy samurai families lived differently from peasant women, but most still had limited independence. Divorce was possible in some situations, but women often faced severe social consequences afterward. Aiko rarely leaves her village. Her world is small. Fields, mountains, family, work. Years pass quietly. By her 50s, Aiko's body is exhausted. Years of farm labor have bent her back. Her eyesight weakens. Her children now work the same fields she once did. Japan changes slowly around her. New roads appear. Merchants travel between towns. But village life remains harsh. Aiko spends evenings near the fire telling stories to grandchildren. Stories about spirits, wars, and ancestors. One winter, she becomes seriously ill. Without modern medicine, even common sicknesses can become deadly. Her family places blankets over her as snow falls outside. She dies quietly inside the same wooden house where she spent most of her life. No grand monument marks her existence. No history book records her name. But women like Aiko built the daily life of ancient Japan through invisible labor and sacrifice. When people imagine ancient Japan, they often think about samurai, shoguns, and warriors. But behind every village, every household, and every generation, were ordinary women carrying the weight of survival. Their lives were difficult, quiet, and often forgotten, but they were real. If you want more historically accurate stories from ancient civilizations and forgotten lives, subscribe, because history is not only about kings and wars. Sometimes, the most powerful stories belong to ordinary people.